That's the wrong intro.
Is it? I thought that was.
Yeah. You say modcon. We just need to.
Oh, it's uncensored, isn't it?
We wanted to preview the new modcons intro on an episode of Uncensored.
Is anyone able to change it?
It's totally.
We're a slick operation. We are always slick.
We don't want to play the intro again now because people are here.
No.
Let's do another intro. So you never know what can happen on Uncensored. You get the wrong intro, you get a 3-minute delay going live.
Good evening, everyone. It is Monday. It's Bank Holiday Monday. I hope you have all had a very nice Bank Holiday weekend. Slight technical issue as we were getting going, but we are good to go. We have got an insane amount to talk about tonight. We've got to figure out whether or not the chat are ever going to beat us at Timmy's Tanks. Can you unpreview the Uncensored? I'm not sure you can unpreview. Maybe we'll play the Uncensored intro for ModCons next week or the week after, and then that'll sort itself out. Then everything will be right with the universe. So yes, this evening we have got Blunners in another new location.
Oh, don't get me started. Yeah, hello everyone. I've seemed to have broken another PC. This is why I'm at my parents' house. Just come over here to record, and I'm fuming. So yeah, I've got another one. I've got another PC turning up next week.
It's all fun and games with the PC owners.
Oh mate, it's fuming.
We have also got Triangle Face Tim.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, good sir. Okay, we've got a few people in the chat. We have got, let me scroll up and see if my mouse wants to play ball. We have got Dave Newland. Fantastic to see you, Dave. We have got Colin Brown. Good evening, Colin. We have got Toxo, who is in the house. We have got Timothy Earnshaw. Good evening, Mr. Tim. I hope you are keeping good. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Rob Taylor in the house as well. Good evening, everybody. You are all incredibly welcome. And as always, join along in the chat with all the stuff we're talking about, because there's going to be a lot of opinions thrown around this evening. That I can pretty much guarantee. So let's kick it off as always. What are you playing? So, Blunners, what are you playing?
I'm still playing Assassin's Creed now. It's like, it's like I said, I've got a month left till Switch 2 comes out, and I think this will take me up until then. I reckon I've done about 50 hours. Easy. And nice. I'm just starting to I'm over level. I'm like level 55, so I'm really quite strong. I can go anywhere. I've got all the viewpoints in the map. I've pretty much only done all the little like side questy bits, and I'm doing a bit of the main mission as well. So I'm literally going to an area, and because you get like contract, you get like, because there's like loads of people to kill, loads of people to find and that. So I go to an area, and I'll just wipe that whole area out, and I'll just go to the next area. And I'm finding I'm just, slowly progressing in the game. And I've heard there's some DLC coming out soon as well. But, it's phenomenal. I was saying this, I've just started using different weapons now. So I've just used the same weapon. I'm now, like, using my skill tree and starting to use different weapons on that now. Like I said, they both completely play different. You have like one style is like the old school assassin's way, which is I like it's like Shinobi. And she has like a Shinobi like skill tree, which I've maxed out as well. So I find her style a lot better, because if you're like the actual samurai warrior guy, you find yourself just thinking, you know what, I'm just going to rock up at the front door and I'm just going to smash everyone in it. So you find yourself, depending on what character you are, but then if you need to get something that's higher up, you can only get that with her, because she has a triangle face special ninja rope that he doesn't have. So she can just throw that straight up and put herself up and just climb up in the air. So I've played a couple of, I've played some stuff in the Evercade, which I'll mainly keep for TEP, but I've been playing my alpha on there, making sure I get my money's worth, playing the VS, played the game of the month as well, the new highlight of the month, but we'll speak about all that on the next episode. So that's what I've been playing on that.
Assassin's Creed heavy.
Yeah, love it.
Okie dokie. Tim, what have you been playing?
I had many plans of what I was going to play, and it was well thought out and organised with all my backlogs. Like, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to play this game, and then Oblivion just shadow dropped. It was like, oh yeah, Oblivion Remasters is out, and it's out now, and it's on Game Pass. And I was like, well, there, all my plans are out the window. I'm going to play Oblivion. So I literally just jumped straight back into Oblivion. I've been playing it the whole time. So it's been brilliant. I haven't played Oblivion for quite a long time. I didn't realize how long ago it was that it came out, because it feels like a pretty recent game, but actually it's on the Xbox 360.
It was.
Like, oh, it is due a remaster. Considering how many times they've redone Skyrim, it was nice for them to redo Oblivion. And it's really good. And it's like, it's been so long since I've played it that I don't remember all the different missions and things like that. So it feels like a new experience. I don't remember like every, all the different missions you can do and where they go in the story. But I just remember the general gist of it. And I remember like all the mechanics and how it works, all that sort of thing. So then going in and starting a new game, it's like putting on an old coat. Like, this fits really well. I remember this coat. So I was like, right, I know how to build my character. I know what sort of skills I want to go after. I know what I want to sort of major in. And it's been like doing all the little things that I remember picking up when I first played it. And it's quite nice as well, because there's like a lot of people talking about it at the moment. So I've been going on looking up some little tips and stuff. And there's a few ones I found quite useful. Like there's one I do, which is every 4 days you can do this. And you can just skip time, but I've been like just dipping back and forth. There's a farm where one half of the farm has got tomatoes and the other half of the farm has got grapes. And you can literally go and pick all the grapes and all the tomatoes, and it doesn't count as stealing for some reason, because it's like at someone's farm. We're just like, yeah, I'm just going to have all your crops. And it's enough to make a potion of like restore fatigue or something. Like one tomato, one grape makes restore fatigue potion. And then you can take it to the Imperial City and sell them all. And it's got quite a quick way of earning lots of money, but also upping your alchemy skill. So quite like doing the alchemy stuff in the game. Because it's what they seem like in Skyrim. If you do something, it doesn't matter what it is you do. If you do it, you get the same amount of experience. So if you have loads of ingredients, just go make a potion, make a potion, make a potion, make a potion, make a potion. You get loads of experience really quickly just from making the same potion over and over and over again. Yeah. It's been really fun. I also looked up a few things where people like suggested good places to go early in the game to get some cool armor and weapons and stuff. So I've got quite a cool like ice bow. And then just going into the Oblivion. I decided to do the Mage Guild, like the Mage Guild storyline. So you get like a recommendation from each town, then join the Arcane University because I want to kind of like specialize in magic, and then just doing Oblivion gates and stuff. But the good thing about doing it is because I've got it on Xbox Game Pass, I've got an Xbox in the lounge. I've also got an Xbox in my bedroom, and I can play on either of those. And then I've also been playing on my Steam Deck using the Game Pass link on there, so I can play it either handheld or on TV. And where everything is auto-saving, literally, if you leave a room, it auto-saves every time you load a new screen. So I can just play it for a few minutes and then just constantly picking up and putting it down to play it in little bite-sized chunks, and then I'll have an evening where I'll just sit down and play for hours.
This is an Xbox.
This is an Xbox.
This is
an Xbox. So this is an Xbox. Yes, playing it on my fridge as well. It's been really fun to revisit that. So I've not really been playing anything else because I just decided just to jump in with both feet on Oblivion. I really want to play that Expedition 33 because that looks wicked. I liked all that was one of the games I was hyped about when we saw all the trailers for it earlier on.
Completely agree.
Everyone that's played it, I've seen, has said how good it is. I nearly watched, I think it was Mags was playing it the other day. It says, Mags was playing Expedition 33. And I was like, I'm not going to watch someone else play it because I want to play it first time for myself. So I decided not to tune in because I was like, no, I want to see it firsthand. But lots of other people playing it and saying it's great. So I really want to play that. But I was like, I've got to spend a bit of time on Oblivion first.
I'm hoping that gets a physical. It's Oblivion. I'm sure it's going to get a physical at some point. So I'm gonna hold out for me physical as always. So I picked up a couple of games in a charity shop, believe it or not. It's very rare that the charity shops seem to have anything of worth. But I got 2 games in the charity shop that I haven't played that I'm really quite excited about. I've played the demo of this. It's Star Trek, Bridge Crew for PlayStation VR. So yeah, quite looking forward to playing that. I remember the demo being good fun. I like Star Trek, so yeah, £2 in a charity shop. I thought,
Wow, that's a
what a
bargain.
bargain. And then also this game I picked up again on a whim. I only then looked it up afterwards. This was also £2. That's The Long Dark, and this is a survival game. So it's set in a sort of apocalypse type area or type thing. It's sort of I want to say it's a bit cell shady. It's a little bit graphically like Firewatch. And yeah, you basically just have to survive. That's it. You have to find shelter. You've got to, hunt animals for food. Yeah, £2. I figured I'd give it a smash. But what I have been playing mostly this last couple of weeks is Black Myth Wukong. I have finally found time that playing Ninja Monkey is where it's at, and I am really enjoying it now. Originally, I think for the first couple of hours, I was marginally annoyed in that it was less Dark Souls and more Devil May Cry. So I felt like I was just mashing the buttons to get these combos up to defeat the enemies and stuff, and that is it. Essentially, it is very, very button mashy. But once you figure it out, much like Devil May Cry, you get into a good system and a good rhythm. When you start unlocking some of the various magics and building your skill tree, you can start to develop a play style that's a little bit more the way you want it to be. So it's a little bit more in depth, I think, than Devil May Cry, but not as in depth as Dark Souls. Yes, Shems, I do like a Souls game very much. So yes, but graphically it's beautiful to look at. It's very forgiving. I think maybe that's just because I had in my head it was going to be like Dark Souls. So it is very forgiving, and it is just batshit bananas. Some of the boss fights are just crazy. Some of the characters are crazy. I'm not overly familiar with the Black Myth Wukong sort of lore, and I think you probably need to be. So I think I'm probably going to have to go online and try and find like a bring me up to speed on Black Myth Wukong type video and then get cracking with that. But yes. Oh, thank you very much. Who doesn't like Dark Souls? But yes, so Black Myth Wukong. I think this is going to keep me busy for a while. There's definitely a lot to learn. And if you can't beat a boss, you've got to figure out what magic it maybe would be more susceptible to. Go load out, swap your magic around. It's cool. It's cool. It's just not what I thought it was going to be at first. So I was marginally disappointed to start with. But a beautiful game nonetheless. So I have a feeling that's going to be me for the next couple of weeks as soon as we get to What Are You Playing? So next in the lineup to chat about, shall we talk about Knott's VGE? Because we've managed to get all technical and stuff. So let's play the video.
Roll VT.
Roll VT.
Just make sure it's the right one. Nottingham Video Games Expo is back on Saturday 26th and Sunday the 27th of July 2025. Get your tickets now. We are going to be joined by Adam Sawkins from Dirt and Burnout fame. Also, you've got the East Midland Ghostbusters, part of the charity group. We've got the Croc man himself, Matt Porter. Also, Stu Cambridge from Sensible Software fame. And if you've got worms, Andy Davison's in the house. And also Andy Warrener from Revolution Software will be there. So get your tickets now. If you scan that QR code and use code TVG, you will get 20% off. We will see you there.
Look at that. Look at that. And I think we also will be able to put the QR code there. So that QR code there is a marvelous creation. So you scan that bad boy and it will take you directly to the ticket section. Add code TVG in there in your discount section, and you will get a little cheeky discount courtesy of Al at Knots VGE. As the advert says, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff coming to Knots this year. There's going to be some great talks. There's bound to be some stuff that hasn't been announced yet, so do come along. It's going to be a lot of fun. It was a real riot last year. We went to a bar afterwards. It got messy. It was
over 2 days as well, which is great.
No.
So yeah, it's going to be great fun.
It is. So if you haven't got a ticket yet, use that QR code. We're going to leave that up. Every now and then we might just remind people what the QR code is for throughout the evening. But yeah, go scan that code. Go buy some tickets. It's going to be a great event. And with the lack of gaming events that seem to be happening now, I think Notts and Bristol, they're going to be your two to watch for a little while. And of course, Timeless as well. Timeless is coming up as well. But we'll cover Timeless when we get closer to it. So yeah, go support. Go support.
It's a good chance to bring some stuff along and get your stuff signed. I think whenever we've been to these events, there's lots of people queue up and get your stuff signed. So if you've got a good, box copy of Worms, you want Andrew Davidson signed, bring on, or Croc or Burnout or any of those things. Yeah, bring some stuff along, get it signed, buy some new stuff.
Yep.
I've bought some stuff, so hopefully we can live stream all of our talks that we'll be doing there on the day. This is my first time at Knots, but obviously I've learned from when we were at Bristol. So we bought ourselves some wireless mics that will go on the guest, so the guys can hear them better than us. So we'll make sure that we can try and live stream it, each one, so you'll get to see us live. So if you can't make it, just make sure you tune into our channel. So fingers crossed, we have internet there and it works.
Yeah, we will make it work. We will make it work. So yeah, scan that code, go buy tickets, go support stuff. Knots is great. Ad is great. The whole team is great. Go buy some tickets. It will be great. Okay.
You say maybe we'll have a sign up at the beginning saying, can you turn off your mobile phones during the interviews?
Let's save Timmy's tanks. Let's save that. Let's go to this. Before we go to that, though, just to acknowledge Mike Holton, we will get to that question. We've started. We will bring that at the end. Definitely something that's going to be worth talking about. But this is also something worth talking about. GTA 6 has been delayed by a year. So we are actually getting a brand new Mario Kart before GTA 6.
Yeah. 100%.
I didn't think I'd ever say that. I thought we were never going to get another Mario Kart game ever again. And we knew GTA 6 was coming, but we are getting a brand new Mario Kart game before GTA 6.
So yeah, I've got here what they released on the 2nd of May at 12:25 p.m. over on Twitter. They released Grand Theft Auto 6 is now set to release 26th of May 2026. We are very sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and the excitement surrounding the new Grand Theft Auto has been truly humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you all for your support and patience as we work to finish the game. With every game we have released, the goal has always been to try and exceed your expectations. And Grand Theft Auto 6 is no exception. We hope you understand that we need this extra time to deliver that level of quality that you expect and deserve. We look forward to sharing more information soon. Sincerely, Rockstar Games.
I mean, we at this point we could discuss 1,000,001 things that are coming out before GTA 6. So what is it? May?
Yeah, it says May.
Do we have a date in May? Oh, either way, it's not going to be the first. 26th of May. So we will have had a brand new Avengers movie a whole 4 weeks before GTA 6. A brand new Avengers movie, and that's been a little while coming. That has. So yeah, Avengers Doomsday is before GTA 6.
Yeah, mate. GTA 5, I queued up outside to get that on PS3 at Blockbusters.
Mm.
The fact that you bought it at Blockbusters tells you everything.
Another Amico.
And on PS3 as well. Like it's skipped we had a whole generation.
Whole generation
without another GTA installment, which is
we
mad.
did.
But,
yeah,
it's been this long. I think if it's going to be another year, I just hope it comes out without like loads of bugs and stuff. I mean, I think we prefer if they waited a year and brought it out properly, then released it now and had it like needing loads of patches and updates and people complaining about it from like the launch, which, you know, I don't know. I feel like it gets a really bad rep because I think it is now, regardless if it's a good game, it always makes me think of Cyberpunk. Doesn't want to do a Cyberpunk and come out with loads of problems and then have them later fixed. We can wait and then it comes out, but it comes out in a good state. I think is probably better in my opinion.
I'd rather it come out. You'd rather it come out. But the other talking point is it going to be £100?
Do you know that would be the best thing they could do at this point is, exactly. They should. Now they've announced that it's going to get delayed. Just tell everyone, is it going to cost £100? Because if it is, people have got a year to adjust to that. There's no point in coming out at the beginning of May and being like, right, so here it is. Here's the official launch date, and it's £100. Like I know we've talked about the high price of video games a lot over the last sort of couple of months, possibly even a year. And you know, I'm happy to put my stance on it again, in that I don't mind paying £70 for a good game, because it just, like I think Tim has said before, it means people are just going to get a little bit more picky with the games that they choose to buy. And you know, I'm looking at all of my PS4 and PS5 games, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, there's not many there that I wouldn't have paid £70 for. You know, there are games there that I've had, upwards of 180 hours worth of enjoyment out of. That's a lot of time. For £70, that's fine. But £100, as soon as we start getting into triple digits for a video game, that's I don't know how I feel about that.
That's weird, isn't it? Because in some ways it's kind of in line with inflation a bit. You think actually we pay now very similar amount of what we paid for games like years and years and years ago, like a couple of decades. Like I think he posted blood as a thing of like a Argos catalog or something with some releases, and had like games prices for like 360 games were like 60 odd quid and things like that. So like games are that much money then, and they're not really gone up in price that much. So I get it from that point of view. But then when you think about, right, I'm going to spend £100 on this game, at the same time, you've got services like Game Pass and PlayStation Premium. You have like the bundles on Steam and like flash sales, and all that sort of stuff, and buying old games. You've got access to so many games and so many cheap ways of getting games. It's really hard to justify dropping £100 on one game. It's like, actually, how many games could I get for if I had £100 budget, I could go off and buy loads of games for £100 or buy this one game. But how good does that game have to be to justify that spend, I think?
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's Rockstar. You know it's going to be good. You know that online is going to play like. I mean, they've got everything there ready. Like when GTA 5 came out, there was no online. And I remember when everyone was going on about the online. I played it on the PS3, and the online was unplayable. For F this, and just didn't bother. But I think the key words in here is, with every game we have released, the goal has always been to try and exceed your expectations. And obviously this is no exception. We understand that and they said about this level of quality that you deserve. So you know that like they will not do a Cyberpunk. They can do what they want. They're Rockstar. They know that all their stuff sells like bucket loads. And that, like, guess what? If something ain't worked or ain't polished, like they just won't release it. So yeah, I think it's one of them, isn't it? I know some people that were only used to like play. I remember when it came out, there was me and this other kid at college, and we were like playing against it. I don't know why. It was like, oh, have you done this bit yet? And we were like going against each other to see who could complete it first. But like every night, it was like literally 5-6 hours a night trying to beat it before him. But it was like everyone was talking about the game. I
think I mean, maybe it's. Nah, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. Why not? I mean, I'm wearing a Cure t-shirt, so I'm gonna bring in something that Robert Smith said recently about music, and I think this really could play into all forms of media. It really could. So Robert Smith last year, maybe a couple of years ago, even now, when Ticketmaster started introducing dynamic ticket pricing, whereby effectively they could just start hiking the prices as soon as something started becoming popular. And Robert Smith effectively was like, "Yeah, you're not doing that. Like, stop doing that to the tickets for our shows, or effectively we're not going to play." And they were like, "Yeah, you're not going to do that." And they were like, "Yeah, we will." Like, pull them down, reimburse everyone that's paid over $25 or £25 for a ticket. I want all of our tickets to be this price, and if you're not going to do that, then we will find a ticket agency that will. So they had no choice but to pay everyone back who did all this stuff. And then in the interview, someone's like, "Well, why did you do that?" And he's like, "Well, we're playing venues that have got upwards of 20,000 people in there. Like, we've made a lot of money over the years, and money's crap at the moment. Like, we don't need it." And he's like, "We'll make money off the tour. Like, we'll make a lot of money off the tour at $25 a ticket." And he says, "And while we're at it, we've reduced all our merch to £25 or $25 a t-shirt as well. Because if somebody turns up and can walk away from that gig paying expensive prices for food, expensive prices for drinks, but just walk away with a cool t-shirt from the band that they like, and they've only had to pay 25 quid to go and see them as well." He's like, "Well, that's a win-win, isn't it?" He says, "Everyone should be doing this. Everyone that is in a massive band who has made money, this is what you should be doing." And I kind of feel it with bigger companies as well. I think bigger companies that can afford to have less profit, maybe they should take that hit, knowing something that like GTA 6 is going to break records. That day one sale for GTA 6 is going to break records. It is. It's going to make billions.
How long was it in the charts for? It was on the chart. It was like still in the charts like recently, and it had been in the top 10 for like the last 6-7 years. Because it was still selling now, which is mental. The price hasn't dropped on it. I think it only might have dropped on like Black Friday sales, because I think I picked it up for my son on Steam. No, whatever the Rockstar, because you can't get it on Steam, whatever the Rockstar equivalent is. So you know what I mean? The fact is it's still like, it's mental. I remember it was like still going on. I'm like, I bought that on PS3.
So as of 30th of September 2024, according to Game Rant, it says GTA 5 is back in the top sales charts of for 11 years after it first launched, and it is just behind Minecraft as the second biggest selling video game of all time, selling over 200 million copies for a video game.
It's like, if anyone's going to get away with charging 100 quid for a game, it's going to be Rockstar, because people will still buy it. Like, I'll probably still buy it even if it's 100 quid. But then it's just that trend, isn't it? What other companies are going to start trying to charge 100, and will they have a hit on it? Will they have a game that would otherwise be successful? Because I'm not paying 100 quid for it though, and that sort of thing. Will there be like a price drop after the first few months? Is it just going to be a thing that's going to deter? Is it just going to approach people that like they have to buy the game day one because they want to be really up to date with everything? Because I very rarely buy games on launch now. I used to always buy games at launch, and I'd often go for like the pre-order bonuses and things like that. And when games do loads of like the pre-order giveaway stuff, if you pre-order, you get a bonus content and an extra, like, I don't know, a t-shirt or a hat or something. I'd always go in for stuff like that. And then after a few years, I was like, well, actually, the games are getting discounted deals on like games with gold and PlayStation Plus anyway. After a few months after they come out, it's like, well, I might as well wait a few months, because chances are I'm not going to have time to play it until a few months later anyway. So I've got the gaming backlog. So yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I do think it's Rockstar will put it off, but I think some other games companies need to think carefully about charging that much.
Do you think it's taken this long to come out because they've been pissing around with the online on the PS4 one, because it's on the GTA 5 online, because that one was taking them so much money they were making out of it, and it's still selling. This is why this was taking so long, because they kept building and sort of sorting out this infrastructure and world and missions and all that kind of stuff. Because my son's like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm doing heists and all this stuff online," and I'm like, do you know what I mean? Still going.
It could possibly be that. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if they were maybe trying new things with GTA Online, which could eventually be used in future projects, future games, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm just looking I know that I think Mike just put it in the chat there, but just looking on Wikipedia, GTA 5 has made over $8.5 billion in worldwide revenue. So if you think that even if GTA 6, the production cost of it over all this time, and I'm sure it's probably cost more than this, but if you imagine it's cost $1 billion to produce GTA 6, it's gonna sell that in the first month. So all that money, development time, all that kind of stuff, it is going to make its money back almost immediately. I think, again, according to Wikipedia, extensive marketing and widely anticipated, GTA 5 broke games industry sales records and became the fastest selling entertainment product in history, not even video game, earning over 800 million in its first day and $1 billion in its first 3 days.
Charge what they want then, mate. Do you know what I mean? You can cry all you want about it. Anyway, it's just don't buy it. Anyway, it would drop as if it doesn't sell. But
it's like you say, everyone will pay it. Who wants it straight away, everyone will pay it, because that's inevitably what will happen. You know, it's a case of, are you going to miss out? Like, no, because everybody gets FOMO, don't they? But just with those numbers, you'd think that Rockstar would be able to kind of go, yeah, do you know what? We're just going to keep it at 70. We'll just run with 70. I know it's only an extra 30 quid, but 30 quid is 30 quid. It would be a... Sorry?
Hopefully they don't go 100 and they keep it like you said.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, the fastest selling entertainment product. That is a title. That's insane. GTA 6 is going to break records. Of course it's going to break records. I just really want it to be worth the wait, you know, because this game inevitably would have been hyped through its asshole. It's never... Is it going to... I don't know.
But you remember the first time seeing the graphical jump from like the PS1 games to the one they released on the, I think it's number 3, is it, on the PS2? Nico, and that was like phenomenal. It was the first time you could have like an open world, all looked like looked fantastic. But obviously what it was running on, and that graphical leap, I remember seeing it being like blown away, like wow, okay. And like you said, it like, how can they now top that? Like, don't forget, they haven't had a game out since what was it, 14 years ago? Was it
a GTA game for 14
13
years?
Yeah, was it 14?
I mean, that's a long
13,
time.
Yeah.
Because don't forget the DLC you had on all the others, like the Hell's Angel bike one as well. It was really good. But yeah, you think once I just don't know. I just don't know what to expect. What it's going to be like.
Yeah,
it's madness.
I think it's just got to see how it turns out. I know Shems has put there how much premium AAA games in the UK. £70 is generally the going rate. However, most places still sell things for about £54 to £60. It is rare that there is a game that is bang on 70. Most games are around the sort of 60, 65 for a massive game. And like I say, I don't mind paying a good price for a genuinely fantastic product. I just think £100 is a slippery slope. You know, we're just becoming accustomed to 70. Let's just let that settle before you start looking at triple digits, because that's like, could you imagine buying something like, and I like the game a lot. I really like the game, but could you imagine buying something like RoboCop Rogue City for £100?
Yeah,
like, it's a fun game, but it's not a 70 quid title. You know, it's exactly what it was. It was a 40 quid brand new title, ticks a box. You can't be charging 70 quid for stuff like that. People just will not pay it.
But this I think this goes out. It's like a broader spectrum than just us gamers. This hits like the lads who always drink. I only play for bloody Call of Duty and FIFA. They'll want to buy this. Do you know what I mean? And then it's just like, is the delay going to affect it? Nope. I don't think it will. I think this time next year people will still be like, oh wow, the Switch 2 is a year old, but guess what? GTA 6 is coming out. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the right marketing campaign for this game, and it's just gonna it'll be just all hype, hype, hype. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's going to want it. Everyone's going to play it. It's inevitable. But yeah, £100 might be a bit too much, and I agree with you both. Delay it by a year if you need that time to really make the game solid. Just delay it.
Might specifically save a bit each month.
Yeah,
it's money away into a GTA fund when it comes out. There you go.
GTA.
We should do that between now and next year. We'll have a little update and we'll be like, how is our GTA 6 fund looking? Yeah. Sorry, Gene joke there. Even though games are £70, how many games do you actually pay that much for?
I don't.
Let's have a look.
I get mine for about. Yeah. I get all first-party Nintendo games, and I get them for about no more than 45, 50 quid max.
Let me see. So I definitely did it for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I definitely did it for Final Fantasy 16.
Never
titles. Returnal. I did it for Returnal. Stayed 70 quid for. Christ, I want to say Returnal stayed 70 quid for about a year, 2 years, and even then it's still. Let's have a look. I don't think the Dead Space remake was 70.
No, that was about 50, I think.
Silent Hill 2, I think, was 60. So there's a couple. I don't even think Elden Ring was 70. I think Elden Ring was 50
or 60, and that held its price as well. I think it's about 30 now, second hand.
Yeah.
I'm still on the fence about getting it.
Horizon, I think the second Horizon game that was maybe 70,
and then it dropped. I picked that up.
Yeah.
It was. They were then giving it for free, so it must not have sold as well as they were hoping.
Oh, Dead Space was 70.
Wow, shit, was it?
Yeah, well, I paid that for it then as well because I got that day one. So I have done it for a few games. I generally do it for the games that I know I desperately can't live without. If it's a day one purchase and it's 70 quid, then sometimes it's going to happen. But like we've said before, we've looked at old games. I've looked at, some of my copies of my Super Nintendo games have still got their original price stickers on, and they're like 68 quid in 90s money. Yeah. So there we go.
Birthday, mate. I've still got that box, and guess what? That's worth more than what I paid for it.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is, mate.
It is. Okie dokie, pig and a pokey. Let's run with our next topic. Let's go for the tanks. Let's go for a bit of Timmy's tanks. Let's see if the chat can beat us.
Run VT.
Honey, have you seen the cat? What the fuck was that? That's right, kids. It's time for Timmy's Tanks. Only on
Retro Gaming Revival.
Early on, Total Video Gamers.
Right, chat. Let us see if you are able to beat us this week. For anyone that has not played Timmy's Tanks with us before, this is an old game on the BBC Micro. You add in your incline, you add in your velocity, and you try to blow each other's tanks up. So try and beat us. We have a good track record of this at the moment.
Since the brand change, we've not been beaten as TBG.
This is true.
And it is us to go first. So the first number we need to enter is incline. There's a wind in our favour. We probably want quite a steep incline here.
Which one are we, Tim?
We are on the left.
This one.
Yeah, so you want at least
that one.
You want at least 60, 70, do you know what I mean? You get over that.
I think it's going to need a bit of welly to go over the incline.
You've got
we
9
don't want to give it too
miles
much.
an hour wind though, aren't you? So you're going to need a lot. The incline's got to be high.
Let's
so
do.
What do you reckon? Incline? Do you reckon
65.
65. Okay,
Let's go 65.
Incline, and then velocity.
Beep, 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 beep. I'm filling in the sound effects here for you. Let's try 50 because if we go
Yeah,
too
50?
high,
Yeah.
You go over. Okay. 60, 50, chops away. Tally ho!
There he goes.
Oh, right.
Lousy shot.
bugger.
Right, chat. We
Uh-oh.
have already had a entry.
Yeah.
Thanks from Mr. Newland. Yes, it's angle then power toxo.
Wow.
That is correct. Let's see. So
60,
Dave's put 60, 44. Let's go.
Yeah, we obviously got to raise our incline then, Ollie. 70, maybe even higher. Because that's
yeah.
Look, that's 60. Look,
Right,
it's not
60,
even
and
on
then
the top of
44.
Madonna.
Go.
Al the Guru is in the chat. We'll have
Yeah.
yours as the next one.
Right, ready, and tally ho! Oh, it's a good angle, but it's not quite strong enough.
Dave Newland, that is terrifying.
It's right. Let's go
Back to
for
us.
them. We need it
No,
slightly
70
higher.
won't be enough, will it? You need at least what, 75?
I think 75. Yeah.
75, okay. And then what about velocity? Because it hit the wall, so we didn't really see how far. Although the chat did 44 and it only got to there.
Yeah,
But
theirs
wind was against
the
them.
wind.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got the wind.
Would you reckon?
Let's bump it up to 60.
Yeah, give it another 10.
Okay. 75, 60. Charlie ho!
Fire!
Right.
It's looking good.
Yeah, go on, go on.
Oh, it is looking good.
Oh, it's better.
Coming down.
Go on.
Oh,
no.
Close.
We've
Right,
got
let me just go into the comments.
So there's definitely a few. We've got Al
Here we
coming
go.
in
It's
with
just
70,
updated.
55.
Let's go with the first one I think came in was Al then. So 70, 55.
That could
70. 55.
This could be it.
Right, chops away.
Oh, they've got
It's
to
a
get
good
up.
angle, but
Oh,
has
do
he
you
got
know
enough
what?
welly? Oh, we might be in danger.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
Bugger.
No, it's closer than I thought.
I know.
That
just
angle was
needs-
pretty spot on.
Yeah, it just needs a bit more welly, I think. Merlin's beard.
Merlin's
Right.
beard.
Right, though. I think we might have this if
Righto.
we just, what do you reckon, 5 more on the velocity? Say 75, 65?
Yeah.
So 75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom.
It's nice knowing you. Tim, you need a little green
shit.
around you with a tank.
That might be a
it's
bit too
gone
high.
over. It's gone over. Oh!
It's too confident.
Right.
Balls.
We've got Timothy Earnshaw.
Probably
has
like
put
62 or something.
70, 60.
70,
Oh,
60.
mate. They could
Do you
have
know
taken
what?
us out. As after giving all the big one.
That could be it.
A little bit more
Oh
welly.
my god!
Uh-oh.
Quick, boys, duck and cover.
We need to try and face this green screen. But
Oh my
I
God.
think they've done it. I think they've done it. I think they've done it. Direct hit. Yes. Oh,
Ooh.
Ooh, best of
Wow.
3. We had our chance.
Earnshaw with 70, 60.
We had our chance,
I
guys.
feel Dave set the groundwork there. Then Al came in with the perfect velocity, and
Boom, shakalaka.
yeah,
Right.
Timothy came in there and just refined it.
Oh, mate.
Dang.
This is a bit of an interesting landscape, this one, because there's nothing,
Yeah, not
much wind against us.
Madonna
though. So,
Mounds anywhere.
what do you reckon? Incline of maybe 30? Would that be enough? 25,
Yes.
maybe
On the left,
even.
yeah?
I
Yeah,
think
we're on the
30
left.
because
Reckon
it's
30?
against the
Yeah.
wind.
Okay, 30, and then what velocity?
Oof.
I reckon 50.
50 because we're against the wind,
Yeah.
peeing into the wind.
Okay. 30, 50. You guys happy with that?
Here
Got to
we
set
go.
the bar
Right,
somewhere.
here we go. Tally ho. We've got an entry from Toxo coming up afterwards.
I tell you
Oh,
what,
she's
that's
slightly
not bad.
higher,
That's
slightly
That's
higher.
not bad.
So,
Just refine.
Toxo's put 35, 35.
That's not a terrible shout.
Wind is in their favour.
It is. It is. Just while Tim is entering those numbers there, for people that maybe have joined a little bit late, we've got our QR code over there. Scan that to take you straight to the Knots VGE ticket page. Use code TVG. Get a few cheeky pennies off.
Right, here we go. You ready?
35.35.
Chops away. Oh, he hasn't done it. I need to click on the screen. Chops away. Oh.
Oh,
Not quite. We get
I
another go.
tell you
Get
what,
another
though,
go.
35.35 again. Now the top of
They
that
cleared a bit.
and off.
They knocked a bit of the train. Right, should we go slightly higher then? Do you reckon 35?
Maybe 33.
33. Okay.
Yeah,
I think also it's going quite,
on the last one.
it's
Okay.
going quite fast. I think we might want to bring the velocity down slightly. Do you reckon 45?
Why not?
Yeah, I think that one was going
48.
quite a bit.
48?
48.
Okay. 48. All right then.
Come on.
Right. Chopped away.
Oh, we need to even it. It's best of 3. Go on.
Oh,
second
No,
little
I
bit.
think we keep the 50 or 52.
Who have we got next? We've got
Uh-oh.
Gene has said 40, 35. In fact, Timothy has also said 40, 35. So we've got 2 entries for that.
40.35 it is
incline.
then.
Slightly higher incline, same
Man.
velocity.
Someone did
Chat.
us by saying
Our chat gonna do a two-round victory.
Not
No.
quite.
Oh no,
Not quite.
it's more
Right,
welly.
Good velocity.
ours.
Right.
Rhubarb and hammers.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Right.
So
What do you reckon? I think we need to get a good on this one because the chat is getting closer. What do you
Yeah.
reckon?
they are.
30.
So what was the? We got 48.
We
wasn't
hit.
it? And
I can't really point at it, can I? Is my mouse? There we go. My mouse
I
is there.
think the
We hit
incline
around
was
here.
right, just a bit more oomph.
I think we need slightly higher incline, to be honest.
Do
'cause
one
we
more.
clipped the top.
One
We've
more
already
incline.
taken that off.
34.
Yeah. Was it we on 34? Did I put it down? I think I put it down. I
Yeah,
think we're on 35.
Yeah, 30,
Let's do 35. Okay.
Okay.
35.
50
50,
or 48.
I think we should stay on 48.
I don't think it's enough. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't get there.
No, because it hit something, though. It hit the
No,
wall.
it didn't. It went over it. And then the
Power.
ground-
Let's do 49. Let's do 49 in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it
49.
didn't go over. It just landed.
Escape.
All right.
Right. It's higher. It's fast. It's going down.
Boom!
Hey!
Game.
Right. In 3 shots.
Here we
That
go.
was
Best of
actually
3.
a lot harder than we anticipated from the train there. Right.
Kevin, bacon's bacon.
Right. Chat goes
Dang.
first this time.
Chat goes first.
We are
They got a
on.
nice Madonna mound.
They're on the left this time. So chat's your first shot, and you're on the left, and there's a really nasty hill there, and a wind of 7 miles per hour.
God
So
damn.
let's see what the chat wants to do.
This is nail biting stuff.
Yeah, right. Timothy Earnshaw again with
Yeah,
70-70. So let's put it in. Kevin Bacon's bacon. Right.
We need Tim.
Reminds me of that, a bit in Independence Day where they go to like all the different countries. It goes to England. It's like the Yanks are using jolly old good Morse code. Well, it's about bloody time. Like, how British can we be?
Exactly. It's a message. Who's it from? It's from the Americans. Oh, about bloody time. What does it say?
Right,
It's just to
70
bring down
70.
their defensives.
That we
And
always have.
kaboosh.
Oh, do you reckon they
Oh, it's
Ooh.
high. I think
One.
it's too powerful today.
too much
It's
mustard?
gone right off screen.
Too much mustard.
Right, so where do we want to stand? Do we want to also go 70?
His uncle.
70. I think 70 is a good starting point.
70 is a good velocity.
And we're up against the wind.
We're up against the
We're
wind.
against
So
the wind, yeah, but I don't
should
think
we go
want as high
60?
as 70.
should we go 60?
What do you reckon? 70, 60, you think?
I think 60 could just about do it.
I think that might be a bit hard myself because 70 flew over. Although
Yeah,
that
but
was
they've got the
wind.
wind in their favour.
Okay, all right. 70, 60.
Fire!
Oh, we need to get back in this.
Good. It's good. It's looking
Well,
good. It's
the
coming in. I think
record.
it's to. Oh,
Well
no.
done.
No.
Go on.
Come on.
Oh,
Little bit more welly, I think, and then we've got them. Right, chat. What a chat saying. Oh, we've had a few in here. We've got David Newland, Gene, Jake, and Seams have all put an entry in.
like 72. I reckon we got them.
So they've
Right,
got.
Whose entry are we taking? We got
69, 49, 80, 69.
Well, I think David Newland was in first.
69, 49.
69, 49.
This is going to set them in a good stead, I think.
Yes, this is a
Shazam!
If they miss this, we might get an action. Oh, I think they need
Do you
more
know
welly.
what?
Oh,
Good angle.
right.
Again, good angle.
Okay, so
A bit more welly.
just same angle, just slightly more.
Yeah,
Yes.
literally.
62?
What, 62, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think 63 because it's I reckon 63.
Went straight over.
Yeah, I think 63.
I don't.
What do you think?
62. Ollie, what do you reckon?
Okay.
Let's go
Your deciding
62.
vote.
Yeah,
62.
if it doesn't hit, I'll.
If it's not far enough, I'll be like, no, you should have listened to me. It's called Timmy's Tanks. Damn it.
Yeah, but we know what we're talking about.
We've got it.
Shakalaka.
Bam!
Postman
Pat's hat.
Right.
Chat, that was the closest round of Timmy's
Yeah,
tags
wow, yeah.
we have
Yeah.
ever had. I feel like this is gonna get violent eventually. I think this is gonna get violent. I think there's gonna be table flips when we lose. I can see it now. Table flips like this. Man, if there's enough of you that buy tickets to Knott's VGE, I reckon we could convince Al to let us do a live version of Timmy's Tanks.
Oh, that's good. Man.
If enough people buy tickets using that code TVG, maybe we could convince Al to let us do a live rendition of Timmy's Tanks. Next time, Gadget. Next time. Clangers bangers. Okie dokie. Right. We are fast running out of time, and we've got a couple of fun things that we still need to do. So just before we do Blunners quiz, because that is always fun, and we do need your help for that, chat, let's go to Star Wars Day. It is, of course, May the 4th yesterday. So may the 4th be with you all. What is your favorite Star Wars game? I'm going to chuck in there as well, just because it's always controversial. What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Ooh.
Mainly because I just wanted to do that accent.
Who we're going to first then?
Let's go to Tim.
To me.
Tim
So,
first.
my favorite Star Wars game, which I posted on the Facebook group earlier, is Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2. I was a bit disappointed by the Battlefront remake they did. Wasn't quite the same, but yeah, Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2, I think was a very well-made game. It had a very good campaign mode, had lots of different play styles, but my favorite thing to do on it was the Galactic Conquest mode. And you could do two-player split screen, and you could do you would invade the different planets. You'd have the map of the universe, and you'd have to like take over different territories. And if you had like your ships meet in the sky, you would have a fleet battle, which was all like on your ships and dogfights and stuff, and trying to take out parts of the main ship. And you could even board the ship and get off and sabotage the engines. If you met on a planet, you would then have a battle for like capture the flag kind of bits of owning the different bases to win. And if you won that battle, you would then claim that land. Doing it two-player, you would literally be fighting over a few planets over and over again, and you'd be refighting because you would claim it back and then you'd lose it and then you get it back again. So if you're equally skilled in that game, your matches could last for ages because you'd be constantly moving back and forth. And yeah, but it was really good fun. You would upgrade all your troops. When you got more resources, you could then buy better ships and things like that. Brilliant game. So that is by far my favorite Star Wars game. Actually, Battlefront 2. And my favorite Star Wars movie, I think, is actually Rogue One.
Oh, wow.
Good shout.
It for me, it's one of the modern ones, but it felt more like a Star Wars movie than some of the others. And the thing I really liked about it is some of the technology in it. It's like, it's not what we think modern technology is today. It's what we thought modern technology would look like in like the 70s. So it's like, oh, we need to connect, we need to upload this file. Surely we can use Bluetooth to do that. No, a big manual crank at the top of a tower surrounded by gun turrets. And yeah, I think it's a really fun movie. I think the plot works really well. And it also kind of covers a bit of what's been considered a bit of a plot hole. It's like, why did they build the Death Star to have such an obvious flaw? It's like, well, now we've got a whole story background behind that, which kind of makes that part of the film make more sense. I don't think it kind of takes anything away from the other films. I think it just sits very nicely separately rather than being part of like the numbered ones. But yeah, that's my answer.
Very good answers indeed. Blunners, favorite Star Wars game, favorite Star Wars movie.
So yeah, mine, we did put this in the Facebook group. Mine's Rogue Squadron 2 on the GameCube. I don't really remember. Obviously, I loved Star Wars game on the SNES as well, but this one I just remember like first time I was a bit old enough to actually fly around. Also, I quite liked the one on the N64, the pod racing game. That was quite cool. But yeah, for me, Rogue Squadron 2 was great, flying around in space. Like you said, do the missions, but actually felt like I was actually like flying and actually a part of Star Wars. Movie's tough, man. New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, I think. It's got to be one of them originals for me, because you still can't beat them the way they were written at the time. And you look back at them and you look at the remasters and that, and you're just thinking, wow, this was made so long ago and it's still so good. Do you know what I mean? For me, it's like, it's definitely up there. Like, yeah, I'd say Empire Strikes Back for me.
Okay, good shout. Game wise for me, I think it's a toss up between Shadows of the Empire on the N64, just because it's cool. I really enjoyed it. The first Force Unleashed game on the 360 PS3, really liked that game. Really cool to be playing as a separate, a separate Sith who was kind of unsure about himself. It kind of feels like what Kylo Ren was going to be, but didn't quite make it. And I really liked Jedi Fallen Order. That was the first one, wasn't it, of the PS4 5 games?
Yes, I think so. Or is it? There's two, isn't there? I can't remember what the other one's called.
I'm sure it's Fallen Order is the first one. I really like that. It's really good. It felt exactly like what I would imagine walking around flailing a lightsaber would feel like. But I can't pick my favorite out of those three. Just to be controversial. Well, actually, no, it's not controversial at all. I'm going to say Force Unleashed because I fucking love that game. Movie. I've recently decanted a lot of my Star Wars movie collections because I just need space. So for me, movie-wise, it is a toss-up between Empire Strikes Back, because I still remember seeing that for the very first time. It's before the internet, it's before spoilers, it's before any of that. And hearing Darth Vader say, "I am your father," was really like, what? And there's this great video on YouTube where you can watch lots of young kids from, the current generation watching those movies for the first time. And that line happens and these kids are like, is he really Luke Skywalker's dad? And you're like, it still has gravitas today. It's one of the best like hooks, cliffhangers to ever come in a movie. It's so good. But it's between that and Revenge of the Sith. I rate that movie a lot. It's ruined only because of the Darth Vader yelling no at the end. They could have just had him scream really loudly. If anything that the Obi-Wan TV show showed was that Darth Vader could use his voice and it be really aggressive and nasty and scary. So I always felt like he was sort of duped out a little bit with no, because that whole sequence is is traumatizing. Obi-Wan slicing his arm off, his legs off, watches him burn effectively to death because he knows he's just a bad person, only to then be picked up by Palpatine and put back together again in a really awful sequence. And I love the answer. The answer in that movie is just get your lightsaber out and have a huge fight. So yeah, I like Revenge of the Sith probably more than I should.
I'd love a Darth Vader TV show, yeah, where it's just him conquering shit, just like rocking up, just wiping like them out, just, do you know what I mean? And just like being an absolute badass because like, do you know what I mean? He was made out to be like this ultra villain. I just want to see more of it.
Do you know? I felt that Darth Vader, the two best Darth Vader moments are in modern Star Wars. I think one of the best Darth Vader moments is, of course, at the end of Rogue One.
100%.
You've got that siren going. There's just blackness. You can't see what it is, and then you hear the voice, the breath, and then the red lightsaber, and he just mullers everybody in that corridor. That's badass. And the other part for me was the fight with Obi-Wan at the end of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, because that whole sequence shows that actually at that point Anakin Skywalker was gone. And it's hardly a spoiler, but spoilers for anyone that's not seen the Obi-Wan TV series. That scene where they have their fight at the end and Obi-Wan manages to crack Vader's helmet, and you can just see the burned Anakin underneath. And it's this really good bit of dialogue between the two going back and forth. And it's when Darth Vader says to Obi-Wan, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did." And as soon as he says "I did," the light changes to red on his helmet, and you're like, that's badass. It's badass. So yeah, the two best Darth Vader moments came from modern Star Wars stuff.
Well, I've got one more quick shout out for a Star Wars game. I don't know what it's called, but there's a Star Wars pod sort of simulation thing that was in one of the arcades I went to, the high score arcade. And you can sit in it, and it's like one of the levels you can choose is blowing up the Death Star, and you go down that trench, and you just get to experience that and relive that moment like as the Starfighter, and that's just great fun. Love doing that. But
the VR games are good. I had them as well. You see Vader, and you look up at him, you're like, oh shit, he's massive. He's like 8 foot tall. So yeah,
there we go. Good stuff. Lots of good stuff in the chat there for Star Wars as well. We got a few minutes left. Blunners, I think it's time for your quiz.
Good.
Do you know what time it is? It's time for Blunners quiz.
Hey, thank you, David, for that lovely bit of music there. So we're going to go to 1999.
Okay. Such an awkward year.
Yeah, because I've been doing a bit of digging and I'm trying to go back later, and like anything early 90s, you only really get Japanese and a bit of American. You don't get anything from Europe as in like figure wise. So we're going to go to 1999. I'm just going to give you guys a hint of what consoles are out at that time. So Sony had sold the most units of its PlayStation with 21,820 worldwide at the time. Nintendo's Game Boy / Game Boy Color had sold 17,450 units. The N64 had done 649,000, and Sega Dreamcast was out as well. Bandai WonderSwan, so that was another one. The Genesis was still hanging about, and the Super Famicom / Super Nintendo was, and also SNK Neo Geo Pocket Color was kind of hanging around there.
Okay, I am just going to go straight in before anyone says a damn thing, because the one of the games I know which was around that era, it's got to be one of the Final Fantasies. It has to be.
Which one would have been 1999?
8. I remember 7 being this massive deal because it was the first time I'd ever heard of Final Fantasy, and I just remember watching those trailers thinking this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life, and video game wise it was. And then I remember Final Fantasy VIII coming out very quickly afterwards. I don't remember it being this really long, drawn out process. I think it was within a couple of years. I really feel like Final Fantasy VIII is
it's the best-selling games from 1999. They get 3. Well, I give them how many lifelines do I normally give you? Is it 3 lifelines?
3,
You got to get 5 out of the 10. So yeah, 3 lifelines. Got to get 5 out of the 10. But you can use a chat, so you guys got to help them.
I mean, there's GT1. Excuse me, from Toxo. That's a good shout. Donkey Kong 64, that is a really good shout because that sold really well.
Did you want to go? Do you want to start putting some things in then? Do you want to go for Final Fantasy VIII, and then we can do our typical like FIFA 2000 and Madden 2000, yeah, and see how we get on.
Let's go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go Final Fantasy. I've got a good feeling about this one. Final Fantasy VIII.
8, yeah.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy VIII was number 2. So
Good.
number 2, it sold. This is without the UK and Germany, so it must not have been out in Europe. So it's got Japanese and the Americans. So looking at, so it is number 2.
Number 2.
The other one I was thinking of Dreamcast, possibly Soul Calibur. Because Soul Calibur was already popular, and it's the first time it was available on home consoles on Dreamcast. So I'm wondering whether Soul Calibur would be in the top sellers.
That could be. I remember it was huge in the arcade.
I mean, I don't know many people that had a Dreamcast back then, but anyone that did have a Dreamcast had Soul Calibur.
I'm happy to lock it in. Oh yeah, Sonic Adventure as well.
And Sonic Adventure, that's another good shout. Well, should we go for Soul Calibur? If Soul Calibur's in the list, we'll go for Sonic Adventure as well.
Agreed.
Yeah, okay.
So are we going locking in? What are you locking in first?
Yeah, locking in Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
No, it's not on the list. Not in the top 10.
Dang it.
1 and 1.
If Soul Calibur's not on the list, there's no way Sonic Adventure's going to be on there.
Mario 64.
We're getting in a couple of years now, though. I still think Donkey Kong's not a terrible shout. I think Donkey Kong 64 because that came with the expansion pack. So that I remember people buying that purely for the expansion pack because everyone was like, "Well, it's going to do this stuff," and all it really did was speed your RAM up a bit. That or Pokemon. If we're talking Game Boy games, then there's definitely going to be a Pokemon in there.
What would it be? Pokemon? Would it still be like Red, Yellow, Blue at that point? Or would that be a Pokemon Silver and Crystal?
I don't know. I don't know what Pokemon games are out on the Game Boy Color.
Also, I was trying to think what was out on N64 at the time. We've got mentions of Mario 64. What about when did Super Smash Brothers come out as well? The first one.
Big?
Well, it should have been. I don't know.
I've still got a box copy of that.
Yeah, Pokemon Stadium. I think that. I don't know how well that did actually. I think Super Smash Brothers would be doing better than Pokemon Stadium. I think. And then you also had Pokemon Snap. It seems to put Gran Turismo as well. Gran Turismo 2.
There's some good shots.
Hazy on when they would be. Right, should we take one from the chat? Because we've got quite a few good suggestions there.
Donkey Kong.
I want to say, do you want to go Donkey Kong? Okay,
I want to go Donkey Kong.
Locking in Donkey Kong. Yep. So you've already got Final Fantasy at number 2. You now have Donkey Kong at number 5. So this is number 5 on the list. It is unknown how much it sold in the UK and Germany, so Europe. So this is obvious. This has just got sales from Japan and USA in it, and it is number 5.
Okay. Cheers for that, Dave Newland. Greatly appreciated. Pick a Pokemon game that's on Game Boy Color. I genuinely don't know.
I'm just trying to. I don't know what year they came out because I know that the problem is there's Pokemon games that Red, Blue, Yellow, one, the first one, that did so well. It was one of the top selling games like the years after it came out, I think, as well. These are like sales figures, so people might still be buying Pokemon games in 1999 if it came out a bit earlier.
Okay.
I'm trying to think how old I was when I got Pokemon on the Game Boy. Or would it be Silver or is it Crystal? No, I kind of lost interest after the first gen. Should we just go with Pokemon Red and Blue? Because it's like the same. They kind of class them together, don't they? Should we go Pokemon Red and Blue? Okay.
Yep.
Pokemon Red /Blue
/Yellow
/green /yellow number one, baby.
Is
this
it
is number one? The top selling game in 1999. Again, we don't even have the UK and Germany's numbers in this list because it's unknown. But we've just it must have been out in Japan for a while because theirs is under 1 million, whereas USA just absolutely smashed it. So yeah, it is number one on the list. You have 1, 2, and 5. You guys are doing brilliant. You need 2 more.
2 more.
The top 10.
I am half tempted with another Pokemon. Something.
You want to go Pokemon Stadium or Snap?
Well, I mean, there's Gold or Silver was the Game Boy stuff. Like I know the Game Boy games sold well.
Okay.
Should
we go Pokemon? Is it Silver and Gold?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, mate. I don't know.
Well, Choxer's put gold. Was it Gold /Silver? But then he's put not my expertise. It's not mine either when it comes to anything past Red and Blue. I'm like, I don't know. Pokemon,
I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds right to me. Should we go Pokemon Gold and Silver? Because I think that's
whichever one was on the Game Boy Color at that year.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Gold and Silver.
Locking in.
Yeah.
So you have number 1. You have number 2. You have number 5. But you've also now got number 3. Pokemon
Nice.
Gold /Silver. Pocket Monsters, because this is only Japanese sales. So it must have only come out in Japan at that time.
Wow.
That's number 3.
Oh, wow.
And it sold loads.
Nice. Okay.
Good shout. Thank you
So
for
one
that.
more. You need one more.
Well, should we just go for a FIFA? We haven't booked in FIFA, have we? FIFA. Is it? It's the year next year, isn't it? So FIFA 2000.
Yeah.
Let's go FIFA 2000. I think.
Going FIFA 2000.
Yeah.
FIFA 2000 is, well, you've got number 1, you've got number 2, you've got number 3, and you've also got 5, but you don't have anything else because FIFA's not on the list.
You were setting us up then. Dang it. Right, how many lives have we got left?
You've got 2 lives, got 1 left.
One life left.
You need to get one more.
One more. I mean, you need to get one more.
Come on.
I kind of
You guys have been doing brilliant.
I kind of want to say Super Smash Brothers, but I'm not overly confident with it. So I don't know if you've got anything better. You're more confident.
I mean, I'm happy to go with Smash Bros. That, or I know people have put Gran Turismo a few times.
I mean, what about Mario 64? Because what year did because again, would that still be selling really well, or everyone would have bought it by then and already have it?
Yeah, I don't think it was like Pokemon where people kept buying it. I think once you had to have an N64, didn't you, for starters? Whereas a Game Boy was like £50 at some point.
Yeah.
And Pokemon was a phenomenon. It still is. Yeah.
And Pokemon were in Smash Brothers.
They were.
One of those things where Smash Brothers now is a very popular game, and if a Smash Brothers game comes out, it normally does really well. However, that was the first Smash Brothers game. Did people know what it was yet? Were people hyped for it?
I mean, I'm happy to go for Smash Brothers because I know that, but I'm also toying with Gran Turismo.
Okay. I would love to go. I kind of want to go with Smash Brothers, but I'm going to be really gutted if it doesn't get it because I don't even know what year it came out. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember how old I was when I was playing it back on the N64. That's how I'm trying to gauge where we are in time.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Conscious of time, let's just go for it then. Let's go Super Smash Brothers on the N64.
Locking in?
Locking in.
Yeah, lock it in.
So you needed what? You needed one more.
One more to win. We have 1 life left.
And you guys have done it. Super Smash Brothers 4 on the list. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You guys picked the top 5 of that time.
Top 5?
That is mental. Never been done before in any of my careers. You guys have missed. But don't forget, at the time I kept trying to say to you guys, I didn't have, it says it's unknown on here, sales figures in the Europe. So a lot of this was Japan and USA based.
Okay.
because of the figures. So I'll quickly give you a rundown. Obviously, Pokemon Red, Green, Blue/Yellow is number 1. Final Fantasy 8 is 2. Pocket Monsters Gold and Silver, aka Pokemon, is 3 because it only was released in Japan. Super Smash Bros was 4, and I've only got Japan and USA figures on that, so I don't know if it was out in the UK at the time. Donkey Kong 64 again. I've only got the USA and Japan figures on it. It's telling me it's unknown. That's 5. Number 6. So this has come up. Pokemon Pinball. Game Boy Color.
Pinball.
Came out in
Pinball's in the chat. Actually,
USA.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
I think Shems also put it in as well. I think.
Number 7, another Pokemon game, Pokemon Snap. So that was number 7 for the Nintendo 64. Now, number 8, random as hell. Don't forget the Japanese love a little bit of dancing. Dance Dance Revolution, second
I
ring.
never would have guessed Dance
Yeah,
Dance.
you know, they love all that, mate. And Gran Turismo is in at number 9. So either way, you guys would have done it, because that one has got European sales in on this. And then number 10, you guys, we spoke about this game quite a while ago. And if I said to you guys a ridiculous introduction to the game, really, really hard, and people were kicking off about it at the time, what game do you reckon that would be? It was on PlayStation 1.
On PS1. And people said it was really hard at the start.
The intro of the game was it was ridiculously hard, and you couldn't carry on with the game unless you'd done this intro in the game.
Oh, Driver.
Ching ching, number 10,
Driver.
Driver. Wow, it's number 10. How is Driver number 10? But yes, Driver's number 10. So that was my quiz. I'll see you guys next month.
Splendid. We have got a couple of starred questions which we can get to very, 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 very quickly. So first one, Mike Holton. Let's talk about Gears of War now on PlayStation. Damn right, it's on PlayStation.
It'd be free on Game Pass, but yeah, you got to pay for it on PlayStation.
You will.
But still, the remaster is coming.
That's exciting. I think I haven't played Gears of War in a long time. I think I played every Gears of War game up until like the most recent one. I think the franchises I followed for a long time was Gears of War, Halo, and Assassin's Creed. And I think I've not played Halo Infinite, and I've not played the last few Assassin's Creed.
Infinite's amazing, mate.
Yeah, and I think I missed like the last 2 Gears of War, possibly just the last one. But I stuck with that franchise for a while. Yeah, we're brilliant. So to play a remaster of the first one, that'd be great. So yeah, definitely going to be playing that.
This is an Xbox PS5, correct?
100%.
But yeah, Gears of War on PlayStation. It's maybe Microsoft are just looking to recoup some of that money somehow, knowing that there's a lot of PlayStation owners who have never played Gears of War, because like we said before, people are very territorial with game consoles. So yeah, why not? I mean, I'll pick it up again for PlayStation for sure. It's been a long time since I've played the original remaster on Xbox.
Do you know, I think it was the trailer for that first Gears of War game.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I think that's what made me decide to go Xbox at the time. Because I think it was 360 or PS3, and I was like, I think I'm going to go Xbox for the first time. So I didn't have an Xbox original. So the first one I got was Xbox 360, and I saw that trailer for Gears of War, and it was an Xbox exclusive, and I was like, you know what? I'm going Xbox now, and I absolutely love those games.
Yeah,
one of the best eras of gaming. That was Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, PS3. Almost an unmatched era of gaming, I think, that one. Another question. 1 month until the Switch 2 release date? ? From Dave Newland. Is that correct?
Yes, it is out a month today. I will be there playing Mario Kart. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Halo will be on PS5. It's round the corner. The rumor is the Master Chief Collection will be coming to PS5 and Nintendo Switch 2 before you know it. Toxo saying apparently Forza is on the PS5 as well. It is. Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation. Yeah, there's lots of good things for PlayStation owners, and I don't think they'll release all of the Forza games. Maybe they will. Who knows? Al thinking, I think Microsoft's just going to become software publishers. Yeah, I think this whole anything is an Xbox.
They've just. I think I was listening to the American podcast that they've just upped their price of all their consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Barely selling, and because of the tariffs, they've just had to bang them all up. So it was like, good luck.
Yeah, not overly happy about that, because I would like a Series X. I really would, predominantly because I've got you can't see them here, but the back side of this unit here is all 360 games pretty much. I've got a huge 360 library. Last year I went on a real 360 kick, just picking up all the games I'd always wanted to have and play that were like £1, £2. And I've just got easily hundreds from that era of gaming alone. So I would like to be able to play them on the best way possible, which would be to get a Series X. And it would, if that's Microsoft's last console, then I would like to own that, just for like a little piece of history more than anything. Xbox's last physical console. Who knows? But there we go. That is Uncensored, albeit you would have thought it was mod cons with the intro when it kicked in.
Oh my lord, I made a new intro as well. Fuming.
Indeed. But as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's always good fun. We have got lots of good things coming. The ever elusive Steam Deck podcast, it is coming. The Total Steam Deck podcast, it is coming. We have an intro. It's all ready to go. We're now just trying to finalize the dates that are going to work for everything. There's lots more content coming, lots of good things on the horizon. As we said earlier, we did our little VT for the NOTS VGE that is coming in July, 26th, 27th of July. So please, again, if you are here and you are able to, use that code, that little QR code there, scan it. That will take you directly to the NOTS VGE section. Use code TVG, and that will give you a little bit of money off. And that's always good. So yeah, support this fantastic event. We're going to be talking about it pretty much all the time until the event happens. In the build up to the event, we will be looking to try and get Al on, who's going to tell us all about the wonderful things that he's got coming on. And we'll be able to hopefully walk through the stalls with you as well, because that's a huge part of NOTS, the amazing stalls that they have there. So get saving those pennies. But yeah, outside of that, we've got Total Evercade a week today. So
Okay, podcast. Yeah, am I able to play out? Can I just play out this intro? Because like,
you might as well.
I'm
Does
so
it make
active.
you want to play the intro and then we'll play the outro?
We'll do that. Yeah, do that as the outro.
Play the intro. So here's the intro that you missed earlier.
I made. Yeah, I'm fuming. It didn't work. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, we'll see everyone next week. Say goodbye, Mr. Fish.
Bye.